Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, ImperialDane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Crossing in the Woods. We shall be in the southern corner here, be looking at B.U.B. Dragon, fighting for the Soviet Union for the glory of Comrade Stalin and the 20th Mechanized Corps. With Lend-Lease, Guards, Mode and Counter-Attack Tactics, a bit of each bullet in there, versus ImperialDane, fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the 11th SS Panzergrenadier Division Nordland, with encirclement, assault support, and mobile defense. 2 grenadiers on the way, and we got Maxims here for Dragon right off the bat. On the other hand, could we be looking here at a bit of Maxim aggressive play there, some potentially even Maxim spam.
Heavy machine gun team, prepare for combat.
And we got a bit of focus on the right hand side initially. It would seem here from a Dragon. Grenadiers heading down the centre. Pioneers setting up the left hand side. Going a bit for a broader approach here to basically figure out where the Dragon is spreading his Soviet tendrils. And try to maybe take a bit of stock on the situation after that and react to that. And also further lay out a strategy according to that. But St. Grenadiers got there arriving for Deutschland. The 11th SS was the second volunteer division centered around Scandinavia, after the 5th one was basically sort of designated, not really that anymore. The 11th SS was set where they were supposed to go, and it was a surprisingly elite Panzer Grenadier division, where most basically were a motorized unit with a bunch of assault guns. The 11th actually had an assault gun battalion and a battalion of Panthers, which was actually exceedingly rare. Even rare was every single regiment of Panzer Grenadiers each had their own half-track battalion. That was actually very rare. So, little fun fact there. We've got the Grenadiers being suppressed here by the Maxim already. We've got a second one there. We've got a third one here rhyming already for Dragon. But securing the point over here. Grenadiers basically sort of trying to secure the central victory point at the very least. At the same time, spotted over here, trying to got Yuri there. And also go to the building to deny that to the Russians. At the very least, ensuring I can that way push him off, and there we go. We've got a full retreat there from a Dragon. Got an MG42 there following up. Gunners are forced back with half the unit left as the Maxim is carted forwards. The Maxim there, I believe they're called Sokolov Mount, which was actually from the time of the Tsars. Pretty much unchanged. In fact, the reason was with wheels was basically because back then the Russian army, or the Tsarist army, was largely a footborne army. In that case, they basically fitted wheels on it to, well, make it easier to lug around. So, little fun fact there about the Maxim. Pioneers moving head straight against the Maxim, though Maxim in this case was actually slightly awkwardly set up. The Pioneers continue to advance as one way tries it up. I mean, the Maxim here, surprisingly for a water-cooled heavy machine gun can, is surprisingly nimble compared to the MG42. In this case, it matters not, as the Pioneers simply run around there with the MP40s every single time, and there we go, ultimately forcing the Maxim to pull back. So initial fuel advantage there to the Reich. Both fuel points there, and we've got more Maxim. We have 4 Maxim teams right now here for Dragon. That's a lot of Maxim. That's a lot of Maxim. In fact, he's going up here straight for the cut-off point as well. We've got very bold play here, and again, that is to a certain extent, partly because, again, the Maxim is very mobile, and it's got potency, it can suppress easily as well, plus it's durable. I mean, in that regard, it works a bit too well at the moment, one might argue. But nonetheless, the fighting goes on. Suffering goes to the Grenadiers on heavy cover, so they should have a good chance here. The Maxim, on the other hand, out in the open, and there we go, 2 men down. We are seeing a retreat there. And the response from me, by the way, is then taking up rapidly, realizing, you know, at this point, I'm not going to end up anything, you know, very happy. So rather than that, I'm going to sort of go for that which the Maxim is going to struggle with notably more, which is mobile play, mechanization, motorized units, and so on that way, quickly playing around them or driving straight past them. More specifically, I'm planning half tracks of the units inside, that way springing an ambush there on the Maxim each one by one, that way having a better chance of quickly wiping them out before they can retreat. So that was rather just there, but at the same time we got units up here. I did not, by the way, earlier notice that Maxim retreating, so I'm actually expecting it's still here, which is why I'm very carefully walking around this point to ensure they do not begin capturing it. That way I'm basically trying to launch up a sneak assault there. But taking up down here, quick rifle grenade, and there we go. Maxim crew not doing too well there. Not too well at all. Demo charge up there for Dragon right off very early on. MG42 advancing as I realise, oh wait, there's no Russians there. Goes there for Swears the Maxim choice onwards. He seems to be happy enough with 4 Maxims. 251 half-track there on the way. Pioneers getting a Flammenwerfer. Following up with some Panzergrenadiers that way, forming up an assault team that should be able to ambush any Maxim or assault team. Plus the Pioneers, in case of sort of one unfortunate engagement, should be able to repair it. So there we go. 251 half-track. Mittelschützenpanzerwagen out on the field. Going for the cut-off point again. With several Maxims here to cover. And basically covering sort of most of the direct approaches. Though again, in this case, I do have a little surprise. Besides the Maxim here, well, the rifle grenade in this case, they climbed out a bit too much. But after they're moving ahead, and I of course spot the chance here to strike at the Maxim with the low health. That way clearing it out. Maybe even stealing it. There you go, Pioneers popping out. Maxim dealing with the Grenadiers over here. But there you go, Maxim clear up. Got another one moving in, though I quickly pop in. Not because I'm aware of this, but either way I figure there's going to be another Maxim nearby. So instead we're going to deal with the next one. Troops reinforcing. We got the Panzers almost ready as well. We got Dragon though pushing on a bit of gloves, and there you go, Pioneer striking out. And there you go, the Maxim crew getting burned and shot at here. Submachine gun fire and the machine gun there on top of the half-track, firing away. Doing a good bit of damage, and there you go. As soon as that's over, what happens? Pop into the half-track, ensuring the Pioneers quickly get out of there. And all the Maxims, but of course they can do some lot of damage here, so try to avoid having it in prolonged explosion. Instead, you know, assaulting another Maxim here with the assistance of the Panzergrenadiere. So I might should consider repairing it as well a bit, but there we go. In this case, Maxim almost wiped up. A sliver of health there. He's getting some conscripts now. We've got Pioneers of Commies trying to join in here, only to be sprayed with hot burning fire. Troops rebuilding, reinforcing. Nothing beyond the 4 Maxims and some conscripts here so far for Dragon. No choice of a doctrine either. Getting into the half-track here. Probably should have repaired it here. Bit damaged, but overall still workable. No anti-tank grenades here, though they might be on the way. No, in fact not. But in this case, I basically strike in here. Figuring actually there might have been a field gun up, but no, there was not. And still, though, in the end, he actually ends up taking a lot of damage, and that's just from the rifle shots there from the conscripts. Apparently, a few lucky shots there went through, actually downing the half-track quite a lot. Much to my dismay. Trying to turn this around, and overall, this otherwise nice flank assault will rather went tits up. So that was rather unfortunate. Plus, a loss of Pioneers there. So that really did not go my way. But it does, I think, highlight again the rather severe potency of the Maxims. Grenades down here, unawares of course of the demo charts. That's going to hurt in a few moments. Yeah, in fact, just as I turned away, the entire unit was turned into mincemeat. So right there, I suffered a bit of a rather dire blow, as you might have noticed. In fact, he's got another Maxim there. He's now at 5 Maxim teams. 5 Maxim teams, and I got a bit of infantry and an MD-42. Things are not looking particularly good there, to put it mildly. The second Panzergrenadier unit on the way. We've got grenades attacking, quick rifle grenade, while a Panzergrenadier unit attacks from the other side. In this case, though, the rifle grenade somehow messes up. Still, though, a negative cover keeps killing the gunner, so they can't pick it up, which gives a chance here to basically wiping the unit. And this time around, it does succeed. Meanwhile, got MD-42 acting into, well, getting attacked by the Maxim. Bit of pressure in the center, immediately grabbing the Maxim here to deny him at least one that way, plus adding some machine gun piles on himself. Getting a field gun there, Mr. Dragon. Also got one here covering this angle. Grenadiers there falling back, rapidly to the base, but still got 2 units here. 2 full units now of Panzergrenadier with their Sturmgewehrs.
We are losing a sector.
Go Panzergrenadiers advancing straight into the Maxim, getting suppressed. They did not manage to get into the heavy cover though, and ultimately the choice is retreat there before wasting too much time and manpower. Troops getting reinforced here, still no choice of doctrine from either side. At this point I'm still not entirely sure what to go for. Part of me thinks encirclement here could work, another part might think mobile defense might be more workable, or maybe assault support, so it's a bit harder here to make a decision. But right here, striking forwards, and we've got a choice here. We've got Lend-Lease, and he's going already here for allied supply drops as soon as humanly possible, though he's already got a huge chunk of fuel there available. Panzer's here tagging in, catching the Maxim off guard. Though, again, note, it can so rapidly turn even just a simple flank, you know, compared to doing it on an MD-42. is a much more of a challenge. There we go. Almost got the Maxim, and there we go. In fact, the Maxim crew is wiped. We got another demo charge there, by the way. Now, this time around, of course, I will be a bit more suspicious of that, since usually one player going for one usually goes for more. So there is that. The troops falling back here. 2 pounds on the units. Can't be rapidly forced away. MD-42 setting up to basically cover any immediate advances from Dragon, who has yet to sort of further take up, despite all that fuel in his base already. He's also got plenty of manpower there floating about. Noting myself, I'm taking up, realizing I need to move up rapidly, particularly after I saw those aircraft flying above. String to deal away the Maxim. In this case, he succeeds. He succeeds. Cheeky little bastard. Meanwhile, Maxim duel here ends up poorly for the Maxim here, despite being the one defending. And there you go. He actually goes for an M5 half-track assault group, adding in some assault troops that way, maybe home to sort of wipe off the rest of the force here. Pack 40 the way it's mobilized. Got the Panzers moving ahead. Maxim suppressed. And somehow then this Maxim becomes unsuppressed while this one becomes pinned. Weird. But there you go, we got the half-track group charge straight into here.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Panzers in a bit of trouble there as the guardsmen close in there with the submachine guns. Switching over to incendiary armor fusing around to try and catch that half-track with it. Meanwhile, we've got Panzers moving down south. Maxim here, by the way, cleared out. We go quick Panzerfaust. Go Maxim in trouble. Or field gun in trouble as well. We've got the Panzers there with the Sturmgewehr, making, well, short work of them up close. Dispatched with haste and whatnot. In this case, the internal armor piercing out actually did quite a bit of damage to the half-track, but Dragon in this case was able to get away with it. Got more troops pushing up. He got a Maxim supporting it as well. The US beginning now to bleed out a bit more severely. Ultimately, a doctrine is chosen. Mobile defense, realizing I'm probably going to need something to deal with all this in case something goes wrong. A quick Puma might work out, but also counter-attack tactics might help, and in this case, calling in some Ostrom reserves to quickly cruise some of all those guns. For example, also just secure territory, but also, it's sort of, again, in case of demo charges, if I lose Ostrom to a demo charge, it's not exactly the end of the world now, is it? Harsh, but true. At least when you're the German army. The troops there reinforcing, and there we go. Counter-attack tactics utilized to quickly secure some territory. Still slowly pushing him back. Counter-attack after counter-attack. The Panzer gun is definitely proving well helpful once I can actually catch the Maxim off guard. We got already 16 kills on this one, closing in on Veterinary 2. We got field guns here firing away, but stealing away the Maxim there. Again, securing the fuel point over, he might be a bit too preoccupied here, and of course, the Ostrom might just fire away, so he won't get a full wipe there.
Machine gun ready. Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Still need to build up that support armor core. Meanwhile, we got nothing going on in Dragon space. He seems to still be building up fuel. We got the half-track fit for the battle once more. The larger force moving down the right flank, realizing that's probably where so far I've got the most control for a longer period of time, meaning that's also less likely to be, well, hostile, whereas this one is notably less clear, and he could have all sorts of nasty things. We've got the half-track ahead there, straight to the Pack 40. Infantry charging up here, Grenadiers, Ostrom, Maxim. In fact, I've got 2 Maxims now, and an MD-42. There we go, Pack 4 setting up, and gets the half-track there, half the unit lost inside the burning wreckage of the American vehicle, and then every machine gun here turned about, plus the Panzer Grenadiers. Zielzerstören. No survivors. So full 2 units there wiped out, which all of a sudden puts me with the larger force here versus Dragon, who's actually going for a tank over tank command there. Machine guns there, flying Panzers need to get out of there though. And we got another supply drop going in here for him, and it looks like he actually cancelled the tank battalion command. But the pressure continues here. Panzer Grenadiers, Ostrom moving ahead. Point there. And they got the field gun here basically protecting him versus any sort of immediate vehicular rush, or armoured rush for that matter. Lacking the Pioneers myself to build up the support armor. In fact, now goes for a mechanized armor company instead, figuring he needs something else. An interesting decision there, an interesting decision. Maxim here getting suppressed by their Maxim, but this Maxim here on the other hand is then getting flanked by another Maxim. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. And ultimately here, Dragon finds himself pushed away. We got the Ostrom pushing up here, trying to go for the cut-off point, and in this case, stopped here by conscripts. Troops reinforcing, rebuilding. Almost done here. And the field guns actually all the way back in the base, but here moving up on the left flank. Pioniere on survey finally. Got the Maxim loading up here on the Grenadiers soon. Command tanks available here. Grenadiers quickly being cut down here by the Maxim at full range. Though they were low on health, it still seems a bit rapid. Ultimately there, I wasn't quite paying attention, lost the full Grenadier squad. We got a Katyusha here on the way now for Dragon. It's also getting very close, being able to call in the M4C Sherman. In this case, got the Maxim coming to fire from the MD-42. Panzer's moving in from one side. We got another unit here hiding over here. Maybe ready to stop with a unit, stop moving up there. Immediately suppressed here, though, rather rapidly by the already suppressed Maxim. Another assault here. And again, Maxims firing upon Osttruppen. Another supply drop. The Soviet force seems to be really reinforcing this push here towards Narva. Because that's where the 11th SS mostly fought, actually. But there we go. Fuel cache is down again. And there we go, got the M4C Sherman. Ready with its high velocity 76mm gun there. And I've only got a single pack to sort of really stop it. There goes Shermaning up, getting hit there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Maxim in a bit of trouble. In fact, all of the units on this side are in trouble. Pack 40 quickly setting up there. Opening up there with the Panzerabwehrkanone. Quick Panzerfaust there from the Osttruppen. Vasily there, heroically saving it. And then we got a Katyusha balloting going at the same time. Nicely coordinated, by the way, here by Dragon. Sort of a double push there. In fact, wiping the entire pack through with a single rocket. But reacting to this with a Puma to sort of quickly finish it off. And a shot there from the 50mm gun sends that Sherman finally out of commission. Then the Puma does suffer a bit of damage there from the gun in return. Maxim here, by the way, cleared up, which could also be utilized against the Russians. Still putting a fort here across the front line. Support armor corps also finally up. And another Maxim here, spotting in this case by the Pioneers, who actually supposed to move on there to deal with the Puma and get it repaired. Before I then move on to the next part of my plan, which is basically sneak it into the base, knock out the Katyusha. If I can do that, I mean, that would be a good move. We're going here for the fuel point over there, again using Osttruppen in case of demo charge. Always worry about the demo charge. Though again, at the same time, I probably don't have to worry about too many because he keeps trading in. And again, counter-attack tactics. Very potent ability in the overall, and one of my favourites in mobile defence. It's also one I feel is a lot neglected. Again, it basically allows you to, in a much shorter amount of time, secure even a fuel point, which does make it a very potent ability. Veteran 2 Maxim with 14 kills. Not even the MD-42, which had a higher rate of fire and was more accurate, really couldn't much for some reason. But there you go, Puma moving up, ready, and we got an H-35 here, ramming for Dragon. It's Soviet medium tank, so we got another Katyusha ballast going in here. Straight on my Veteran 2 Maxim. Got incendiary arms going down here on the other Maxim, and I do believe it's actually time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation here, I've got actually most of the map here, despite the pleasure of Maxim's ban. In fact, most of the Maxims have been lost. Dragon is, in fact, rather short on infantry overall, so in that regard, that might be something for them to work on. At the same time, I'm basically sort of pushing through across the field here, using the Osttruppen, Panzer Grenadiers, Pioneers, machine guns, but also using counter-attack tactics, meaning basically I can take a lot more territory in this shorter time as well. Overall, meaning every single push I can make now becomes that much more potent, that much more dangerous in terms of economic damage to Dragon. So in that regard, I can push a bit more aggressively, though at the same time, of course, I have to be careful. On the other hand, he does possess, quite a bit of ammunition. They can keep trading in for fuel, which can give a bit more fuel advantage over me, and that's certainly going to be a bit of a tricky part there. We've also got tank destroyers, we've got a CoH2. So in that regard, he's got artillery, he's got some tank destroyers there to deal with the armor I might get. Of course, at the current stage, I'm not quite aware of that. What Dragon could do right now, of course, is basically sort of try to protect the CoH2. I mean, he loses that, it's going to be a bit of a loss there, in particular since it hasn't done that much damage to me as of yet. So a quick, for example, Puma Rush knocking there could actually hurt him quite a bit. More infantry, though, is going to be needed. And otherwise, he sort of needs to decide again what he wants to hold. The problem is, again, he's basically trying to hold too much, be greedy, push across the entire front, sort of slowly but surely, and sometimes a bit too many fronts at the same time, which overall gives me a chance to sort of strike back, flank, and do some quite nasty damage to him here and there. Plus, with the Panzer Grenadiers, I do possess some good options there for basically flanking the Maxims and sorting them out in a very short amount of time. Plus, with more machine guns added to me, I can also slow them down. So in that regard, he's beginning to sort of run out of steam, and Dragon needs to shift out his strategy for something a bit more aggressive, a bit more fluid, and something that can withstand a bit more damage, but also just withstand running into an enemy machine gun. So that might be something there to consider for Dragon, but more infantry is definitely necessary. As for me, some armor would be good. I mean, I got a Puma, but that's not going to cut it, in particular not versus the infantry, and I certainly also want to clear that up. So Panzer IV would be a good next move. A fuel cache could also be an idea in the longer term, sort of speed up the fuel process for me. Though again, holding both fuel points at the moment, that's not quite deeply necessary. Otherwise, infantry-wise, got 2 Ostrom, 2 Panzers, a bunch of machine guns. I mean, more Ostrom could be equipped work. Maybe a bit more infantry, maybe a Grenadier squad to equip with a light machine gun, or Pioneers to sort of help speed up repairs would be a good idea in that direction. An option would be also to tech up further, but at the same time, I already got this, and I don't have that much fuel, and that might be a bit too risky, all things considered at the moment. But beyond that, not really there much to remark upon. Continuing the strategy here for me so far has proven to be reasonably successful. Of course, not without its hazards. But back to the fight here. And arriving into the enemy base. Spotting a field gun. H-35 here. I could have pulled out and pop smoke, but in this case, I basically decided, I'm going to get that CoH2. If you can do that, I'll be alright. In this case, though, taking a bit of heavy damage there. And in this case, I got a bit lucky. A bit lucky there. Didn't quite immediately lose the Puma there. Got the CoH2. Got a bit of damage on the H-35. Got Veterans 1. Almost Veterans 2. Field gun setting up there. Even another shot there for the Puma. On the H-35. A last bitter strike. As the crew laughs defiantly in the face of death. Or in this case, Comrade Stalin. More or less the same. Counter-attack here, securing the left flank once more. Maxim is secured by Panzer Grenadiers this time around. Panzerkampfwagen on the way. Sent in from a nearby unit. Likely it's a Panzerdivision Strachwitz. You got more fuel here being dropped in. I mean, he's really, constantly dropping in fuel to supply himself with. In particular, since I've been rather good, then basically cutting off the fuel pumps. There you go. Maxim with Panzer is holding up the other Maxim. In this case, this will have the advantage. Even as the building will suffer light damage overall, it will be able to suppress without getting suppressed overall that way, enjoying advantage.
We have a new Panzer IV.
And in this case, I go not for Stug first, but the Panzer after I saw the H-35, because definitely a Panzer will be able to flank the H-35. The Stug will be having a lot harder time with that. Plus less health and all that, making a bit more risk at the immediate moment. So there we go, Panzerkampfwagen 4. That's the front. With now 4 machine guns, 1 MG42, 3 Maxims. I've got more Maxims than my opponent. Which of course is a bit the dangerous thing with Maxim spam. If you're not careful, it will end up like that. 10 forming up, H-35 on the H support. Can't see them moving straight, getting suppressed. The Panzer IV, though, having a very hard time here hitting. H-35 moving up, missing note, but Pack 40 here opens up in response. Panzer IV finally gets a kill there. More hits going on the H-35, down to half health. Finally gets hit on the Panzer IV, but finally the H-35 is forced to fall away. There, down to a sliver of health. Maxim cleared out. Surprising enough, the conscripts keep avoiding his shots from the Panzer IV.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Meanwhile, though, pressures going up on the left flank and the right flank. Counter-attacks going in from different angles. And even trying here to see the way the Pack 40 Panzer robes up. Also got the Maxim here in the ruins of the house. Well, remains of it. Quite fully a ruin. And the Dragon in this case does manage to get away there with the Panzer Abwehrkanone, adding a bit of anti-tank assets there to him. Also denying me a more surefire effort here, well, method for dealing with the H-35 at the moment, which is rather unfortunate. There we go. Another M4C Sherman there mobilized. Maxim pushing up on the left flank, straight to the MD-42 here, veteran T2. And Panzer is about to flank in. Straight into the line of fire here of the Sherman. And making a very hasty and brave retreat there. But another Panzer falling in the way. In this case, opting for some more mobile fighting in versus in particular that H-35. And there you go, second Maxim flanks the first Maxim. Got a 50 cover there on the way for Dragon. And conscripts attacking here with dual Maxims in support. He definitely loves those Maxims. Looks like he's managed to retake one or guard himself an entire new one. Hard to tell. Maxim's going down there again. Second Panzer IV ready. Also, we are finally forced to fall away, basically though delaying him. Since while the Maxims can suppress, I mean, if I basically just want to hold the ground here with Osthofen, and he just wants to wheel away with them, he can actually take him some time to get through there. Paying the Panzer IVs, even the Sultan going in, trying to catch that Maxim, wipe it out, incoming in from the other angle, and there we go. Maxim quickly overwhelmed by the might of the Panzerkampfwagen and the Panzerwaffe. Got a Sherman there arriving. Moving up Pack 40s. H-35's field guns from you. Got a big push here going in from Dragon, in particular considering there is basically a bottleneck. He can basically line up as many anti-tank guns he will. It will make it very difficult for my Panzer IV to do anything here. Panzer IV there on the Sherman. You got the H-35 moving in. And I lack a Pack 4 myself. Didn't get one. I could also consider some Panzer stretch for the Panzer. In this case, it might have changed the battle here in my favour. But in this case, I'm forced to fall back here. Both Panzer IVs half health. Not too here, basically trying to sort of stall him. Allow my Panzer IVs to escape, by the way. A bit of risky endeavour. But ultimately, if I lose those Panzer IVs now, it would be game over. At the same time, we've got Panzers here hiding behind the building. In this case, opening up here in the communists from a nice position and quickly forcing them away. Though we do have an engineer here saving the day as well. Well, not so much saving the day, it's just watching their comrades being cut down before they can do anything themselves. But now here, damaged engine in the Sherman, H-35 also damaged. Closing in on Veteran 2 though. Panzer IVs here forced back to the base, troops reinforcing, rebuilding. Still got both fuel points and he's still stuck with one, but again, he is making as much as he can out of those allied supply drops to basically negate that advantage. But also note in the way, while I do hold a lot of territory, I'm basically sort of focusing my defense around this line. I do have some light defense here, but overall, it's not my priority. While I will harass and while I will push there, it will never be sort of the main element. It will all be towards here. So in that regard, you know, I do have a sort of, in terms of the map, a strategy going on. It's not just, you know, willy-nilly or just me getting ultra greedy. Another allied supply drop. Tanks being repaired. Conscripts there being pushed away. And Ostrom here trying to flank about. Then in this case, of course, the Maxim again turns instantly and opens up there on the Ostrom crew. MD-42 here covering up the flank, the rear. In this case, you got the Sherman here quickly moving in. 17 kills, 18 kills by the way. That's definitely done a lot of damage to me. But quick flank, here's the Panzer attack from one side, the Austrian attack from another. And he can't really afford to not watch the Panzer gun use either. Tanks moving forward here from the centre. We got the issue we got Pack 40 supporting, we got a field gun supporting here, the Sherman. Bit of a broader assault here. Panzer Force falling back here, not entirely sure as to what extent where he's sort of setting up. And there we go, setting up in the woods as well. Taking a hit there on the Panzer 4, need to fall that back as well. Things are quickly getting up, and there we go, got the Sherman in. But as this happens, call in a Puma so he can flank the Sherman. He's moving initiative 5, still with focus sight. Sherman then quickly popped apart. He needs to pop smoke here on the vehicles to get in the way here from the range. Here he's basically going in, all in. He wants to knock out my Panzer Force. In that way, force the game too close. We've got, by the way, already eventually to initiative 5, making it more lethal. But right here, he does make a notable large mistake. He's gone a bit bold here, perhaps a bit too cocky, too confident. Either way, he moves in there, gets Panzer zooming through. Nothing to stop them, by the way, nothing to stop these veteran 2 Panzer Grenadiers. At the same time, we got the Maximus stopping another part of the infantry here. He got the cut-off point, but at the same time, I still have some vehicles not fully damaged. In this case, I basically sensed an opportunity here to do some damage. Bun grenade fails to do anything serious here to the field. Going another Sherman, they're arriving here. He immediately called in another one. But there you go, flanking the H-35. Abandoning it. Panzer 4 though almost knocked out. And there we go, target weak point though here on the Sherman. Another field. Oh, Pack 40 had actually pulled back. Nice move there, by the way. Nice move. Panzer 4 out of control. H-35 knocked out. Still, he's lost 2 tanks. I've lost a tank and an armoured car. He's also lost field guns here. He's moving him up before his last pack there. Sherman almost knocked out of commission. At the same time, he's moving up, dealing with the maximum sight there. And there you go, Panzer 4 heroically charging in. A bit, quite frankly, recklessly. In this case, though, there's a bit of luck. He's absolutely not bothered researching anti-tank grenades. He's trying to repair the Sherman, but there we go. Shot one through. Pack 40 cleared out. In that case, what looked like a triumphant moment here for Dragon instead turned into, well, a bit of a bitter affair as his tanks are wrecked all across here and infantry gets slaughtered. And I've still got a nice chunk of the map. The Puma call-ins in this case did definitely save me. And there you go, Panzer's quickly flanking the Maxim here. And we go, Maxim crew towed. You know, I used to serve one of these Maxims back in Minsk before I turned over to the Germans. Really? Oh. There you go, point secured.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades.
Now, on the other hand, things have turned around a bit, you know. Dragon there had a brief moment, but again, he pushed in. All in fact, and he suffered rather gravely for it. And now he's the one again with a very small force compared to the other one, with numerous Maxims and other fun bits. So a bit of a reversal there from the opening of the match. But still, Dragon feels confident in victory. Or maybe confident in the NKVT will do terrible things to him if he gives up now. Who knows? Still anti-tank weapons are secured. Repairing vehicles. Rapidly, he's getting more field guns.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Quickly pushing that forwards. And again, counter-attack tactics to rapidly secure territory. Ostrom here with supporting the Panzers in advance here through the, well, blasted landscape. Quick grenade there, and the Panzers here closing in on Veteran 3. And quickly flanking from the other side as well here with the Panzer Grenadier. Doing a nice bit of damage. It looks like he's just getting more infantry now to sort of make up for the losses so far suffered. He doesn't have the fuel. I mean, he's constantly trading in munition for fuel, but still it's not fast enough for him. I mean, overall, interesting enough, he's still been sort of a bit too focused there, not on the fuel points or the sort of flanks, but basically trying to crush me. Getting a Sturmgeschütz now. Feeling I could get away with that. Want at least something like that to sort of support things now. After that initial affair, I do feel a bit more confident in the Sturmgeschütz. Going for the cop one then again. counter-attack tactics. And there we go, veteran to flee from the Panzergrenadiere, increasing their lethality even further. So in this case, they quickly get cut down to half size.
The enemy is taking our territory. Assault guns standing by. Territory taken. Push on.
Sturmgeschütz mobilized. Looks like he's once more shifting over to the left flank again, where he has not really put a lot of pressure. He's most active in towards the centre. But there we go, 2 Kontinuity charging straight to the Ostroben. Getting a pin by machine gun down the Sturmgeschütz. We've got another Su-5 here for Dragon. Another Su-5.
We are suffering losses.
Ostroben in this case, they were cut down. And I'm up to 4 machine guns again. Pilfered from countless crews. Now that shot fell rather short there. Another one. Panzer IV joining in, also missing. But there we go, first hit finally lands. And he ultimately got the Konter falling back in the face of the Sturmgeschütz and the Panzerkampfwagen. And in the end though, the entire unit does get wiped. The overall Dragon situation is looking rather perilous. Victory point wise, he's also going to fall back. He's still trading in resources. He is very much the optimist there. Certainly, Altid's only one of his real sources. I mean, he's not really been very focused on holding the fuel points. But Concepts there getting murdered down. Using the Panzer IV, by the way. The Stug here keeping him in a reserve in case something happens. I can always pop smoke and blitz the Panzer out of there in case things get ugly. Stug, not so much. And he neatly thought he'd escape the Germans. Had not. But overall setting up some defences here on different points. Field guns, Maxims, machine guns, Puma. And then we got the Su-5 here sorting out an assault. Opening up there in the Panzer again using focus sight. Panzer IV rapidly getting away. While the Su-5 here pulls back. A bit of hit and run. And got the Panzer Grenadiers here, by the way, wedging in case someone moves up here. They can quickly deal with anyone here or here. And that range, and with that veterancy, they will definitely be able to do a lot of damage there quickly to any infantry unit. Armor-wise, of course, they might be in a bit more trouble if anything happens there, though. Getting another Puma, a bit of a short decision. I didn't have a lot of command points left. The question was either another Puma or another Stug. In this case, I figured another Puma since he had an Su-5, and another Puma would be able to down. There we go, all getting suppressed. Panzer was quickly moving in and sorting that up close. And again, note, not really a lot of distance for him to sort of do anything before suffering heavy loss. We got the Konter there falling back as well as they heard the screams of their fellow soldiers. Almost fetching free for that Panzer Grenadier squad as well. And there goes, he's actually getting another Katyusha. Now another Shamble looks like he's adding another Katyusha, another bit of artillery. As the points continue to tick down. And the front line is increasingly looking to be German. And that demo charge never went off.
We are down to 75 points.
And another supply drop. He never does give up on those, does he? Su-5 field gun moving in. Katyusha almost ready.
Rocket launcher on the field.
And there we go. At the same time as I realise he's been hitting the Su-5. Got a field gun by opening up, but at the same time this is a good option. Or a good time for a flank. Since I figure everything's here pointing towards this direction, meaning there's nothing really here to stop, say, the advance of my Panzer IV. And there we go, got a quick blitzkrieg maneuver there to speed up just in case. To ensure there's less time for him to react. But they got a field gun here. Stug moving up, we got Pumas moving in. Attack from several directions here, realising there's a field gun here turning about. I take advantage of that. HV went out, but the field gun here now exposed here to the Pumas and the Sturmgeschütz from the other side. Katyusha went down. Veterans doing the Panzer IV, popping smoke there to buy a bit more time here. And coaxial machine guns and other bits there far away there at the field gun crew. And there we go, wiped out. Tot. And there we go, in the end, a defeat for the Soviet Union. A bit of a close battle at times there, but in the end, the mobile defense doctrine was victorious over Lend-Lease and a lot of fuel. I mean, in that regard, you know, I mean, it was a bit, you know, yeah, with all that Maxim spam initially, but overall overcoming that despite some unfortunate situations. The bit of the problem here with Bot was basically, he was rather focused again on, well, trying to basically shut me down. That was really his intention. He was willing to give up the flanks and more importantly the fuel points for that, which did sort of slow him down in any sort of further regards. And he was very reliant then on the fuel drops again, which was a bit slower than you otherwise might have imagined. In that regard, he should have laid down some mines to at least sort of buy him time elsewhere, but again, each never quite came. There were a few demo charges, but that was also quickly shut down with the Ostorm, and basically, you know, him not getting the fuel points back for any sort of longer time. And that combined with the lack of infantry rather meant that I got him more of his maxims through some small assaults here and there. I could basically slow him down more and more and basically sort of minimize his, you know, progress. Then he came with the arm on the HD5, stole my Pack 40, all that pushed up towards here, and that was basically where he made his bigger mistake. Again, he basically got too confident, charged in blindly there with the HD5 and everything, and basically sort of lost everything. At that point, he didn't have a lot of chances left, though he still kept at it. But again, it was very much towards the centre. They were trying to secure one point on the flank and then taking it from there again, leaving his flanks open to a counter-attack from me. So that was rather how that went. He could have, for example, also done with some douche-casters and maybe take over the Maxim or something, but that never quite happened. Overall, though, he made almost full use of his doctrines. That's not too bad there. From my side, of course, it was sort of an attempt to deal with the Maxims. The half-track was not a bad idea, though in this case, a bit of bad luck there happened. The decision there to go mobile defense, the proper turned out to wise with counter-attack tactics again. Basically sort of quickly turning around any gains he made. The Puma quickly dealing with the sort of the Katyusha, and otherwise forcing him to be a bit more cautious, and overall also saying my behind in that engagement up here. Otherwise, blitzkrieg and other things there. Some good decisive engagements. Overall, turn things slowly around to my advantage. The Panzer Grenadiers were also in this battle definitely crucial. They did a lot of damage, and they definitely did a lot when flanking him, catching his Maxims off guard and quickly clearing out that, just dealing with the infantry. So overall, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you had some fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send it a replay and write some feedback in the comment section. Also, fun fact, tomorrow is my birthday for those who would have held up to hear that one. But yeah, fun fact there. So anyways, thank you all for watching and see you another time.